I'm exposing 5 of the worst so-called healthy foods that are secretly sabotaging your weight loss during menopause. We're told these foods are good for us, that they'll help us stay slim, energized, and balanced. But in reality, many of them are throwing off your hormones, slowing down your metabolism, and draining your energy one bite at a time. And if you've been eating them thinking they were helping, you are not alone. My name's Amelia, and when I hit menopause, the weight started creeping on fast, especially around my belly. I was doing everything I thought I was supposed to do. Low fat this, high fiber that, healthy snacks in between meals. But no matter how clean I ate, nothing worked. I felt tired, bloated, and frustrated, like my body had suddenly turned against me. Turns out I wasn't failing. I was just following outdated advice and eating all the wrong health foods for this phase of life. Once I figured out which foods were secretly making things worse and swapped them out for simple, nourishing alternatives, everything started to shift. The cravings calmed down, my energy came back, and the weight finally started moving without extreme dieting and without giving up the foods I loved. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through these 5 foods, not just what they are, but why they're a problem specifically for women in menopause. And for each one, I'll give you an easy, hormone-friendly swap you can make right away. If you stick with me to the end, I'll reveal the one that's by far the worst offender. And yet, so many women still believe it's a healthy choice. Let's quickly dive into food number 1, plant-based milk, oat, soy, almond. They sound like clean, healthy choices, right? I mean, I switched to oat milk thinking I was doing something better for my body. No dairy, fewer calories, and it came in a trendy carton. What's not to love? But then I actually flipped the label and looked closer at the ingredients. Most plant milks, especially the flavored or barista versions, are packed with added sugars, inflammatory seed oils, and thickeners like carrageenan or gums. Some even have synthetic vitamins and stabilizers. Your gut may not tolerate well. The problem is, all of that can spike your blood sugar, disrupt your hormones, and lead to bloating and inflammation. 3 things we definitely don't need more of during menopause. Especially with oat milk, it might sound wholesome, but oats are still a carb, and many oat milks are made with ultra-processed oat concentrates, which can have a glycemic effect almost as high as soda. Combine that with sugar or oil, and you've got a drink that's literally working against your metabolism. Here's what I do instead. If you can tolerate dairy, organic, full-fat milk is often easier on the digestive system and provides protein and healthy fats without the weird additives. And if dairy's not your thing, go for unsweetened plant milks that have just 2 or 3 ingredients. Something like almonds, water, salt. That's really all you need. Avoid the long ingredient lists with oils, gums, and added sugars. A simple swap like this can seriously reduce inflammation, balance your hormones, and help get your metabolism moving again. Food number 2, granola. Now, this one really surprised me. It's marketed as natural, whole grain, and even heart healthy. But if you flip the label, you'll usually find 3 or 4 types of sugar, hiding under different names. Cane sugar, brown rice syrup, maltodextrin, honey powder, or even fruit juice concentrate. Cereal companies love to disguise sugar with fancy names to make it sound healthier. But your body doesn't care what it's called, it still reacts the same way, with a blood sugar spike, followed by a crash in energy. And that crash leads to cravings, hunger, and fat storage, especially around the belly. Even the granolas that claim to have vitamins and minerals, most of the time they're synthetic, added back in after the product's been so heavily processed that all the real nutrition is gone. And don't be fooled by the real fruit on the box either. Those little fruit chunks are usually coated in sugar and preservatives too. Eating granola in the morning is basically setting yourself up for a blood sugar roller coaster the rest of the day. If we've just had a little "wait, what?" moment together, give this video a like, hit subscribe, and tell me in the comments so other women know they're not the only ones. So if not granola, what is on my breakfast plate? Instead of starting your day with a sugar bomb, I go for something protein-rich and stabilizing, like eggs with avocado and berries, Greek yogurt with some nuts and cinnamon, or a smoothie with protein, fiber, and healthy fats from whole ingredients. It keeps you full, balances your blood sugar, and helps your metabolism run smoother all day. Now, let's talk about something that sounds like the perfect health shortcut: protein powder. Don't get me wrong, protein is crucial, especially during menopause. It helps maintain muscle mass, keeps you full, stabilizes blood sugar, and supports your metabolism. But here's the catch. Most protein powders on the market are ultra-processed. They're often full of gums, artificial sweeteners, thickeners, flavorings, and sometimes even hidden sugars. Each of these can throw your digestion and hormones completely out of balance. And instead of helping, they leave you feeling bloated, tired, and craving more sugar later in the day. That was exactly my experience. I'd start my morning with a smoothie, thinking I was being good, but an hour later, I was crashing and reaching for a snack. It turns out it wasn't the protein I needed. It was real food. Now, I still occasionally use a clean collagen powder or a minimally processed protein with just 1 or 2 ingredients, especially on busy days. But most of the time, I get my protein the old-fashioned way, through food. A single chicken breast, that's 30 grams of protein right there. Add in some eggs, Greek yogurt, or wild-caught fish, and you're golden. Number 4, processed meats. Think bacon, deli turkey, hot dogs, salami. I used to rely on these a lot. They were fast, tasty, and seemed like an easy way to hit my protein goals. But once I started paying attention to how food was making me feel, I realized these meats were doing more harm than good. Most processed meats are loaded with preservatives, excess sodium, and inflammatory additives like nitrates and phosphates. And unfortunately, these ingredients can seriously throw off your body's natural balance, especially during menopause. When our estrogen starts to decline, we're already more prone to inflammation, digestive issues, and weight gain around the belly. Processed meats just pour fuel on that fire. And to make it worse, the meat itself is often low quality, full of unhealthy fats that don't support your metabolism or your hormones. Now, I still eat meat, but I've gotten picky about it. My go-tos are grass-fed beef, pasture-raised chicken or turkey, and wild-caught salmon or sardines. You get the same, or better, protein benefits without the hormone disruption, inflammation, or sluggish feeling after. I'm curious, what's one food you used to think was super healthy, but turned out not to be? I'd love to hear your story, and I know other women will too. Drop it in the comments below. Last up is food number 5, snack bars, granola bars, protein bars, cereal bars. I used to always have one in my purse or glove box. They were my just-in-case go-to for long afternoons, skipped meals, or when I didn't have time to cook. But here's what I wish I knew back then. Most of these bars are basically candy bars in disguise. Even the ones marketed as high-protein, full-grain, or natural are often loaded with sugar, sometimes 15 to 20 grams in a single bar. And let's be real, who eats just one? Before you know it, you've downed the sugar equivalent of a full-size chocolate bar, and you're left with the exact same crash in energy, brain fog, and cravings that got you reaching for a snack in the first place. And it's not just the sugar. These bars are usually packed with artificial sweeteners, gums, emulsifiers, and thickeners, ingredients that mess with your gut health, your blood sugar, and your hormones. For women in menopause, that's a triple whammy. Our bodies are already more sensitive to blood sugar spikes, gut inflammation, and hormonal imbalances. And those sneaky little snack bars are just adding fuel to the fire. These days, I stick to real meals and try to avoid snacking where I can. That steady meal rhythm helps keep my metabolism humming and my cravings in check. But when I do need a snack, I go for something simple and nourishing, like a boiled egg with a sprinkle of salt, a small handful of almonds and raspberries, or even a homemade energy bite with oats, nut butter, and cinnamon. And if I'm really on the go and have to grab a bar, I read the label. I look for something with no added sugar, no gums or additives, a short ingredient list, 5 ingredients or less, ideally ones I can pronounce. So, plant-based milks, processed meats, granola, snack bars, and protein powder. They might look healthy on the outside, but inside, they're full of hidden ingredients that hold you back from the results you want. Once I swapped these out for real, whole foods, my energy came back, my cravings calmed down, and the weight finally started moving again. But we need to pause here, because if you don't understand this next part, belly fat will keep winning no matter how clean you eat. I'm talking about blood sugar imbalance and the role of a key hormone called insulin. Many women are literally eating in a way that keeps their blood sugar on a nonstop roller coaster from morning till night without even realizing it. You know how it goes. Skip breakfast because you're not that hungry, grab a quick coffee or a healthy snack bar to power through the morning. Then boom, that afternoon energy crash hits, and suddenly, a muffin or a piece of chocolate sounds like the best idea ever. Sound familiar? Here's what's actually happening. Every time you eat, especially carbs or anything sweet, your blood sugar rises. That rise tells your body to release insulin, the hormone whose job is to move that sugar out of your blood and into your cells, either for energy or for storage. The problem? When your blood sugar is spiking all the time, from constant snacking, sugary treats, or ultra-processed health foods, your insulin stays high all the time too. And when insulin is high, your body flips into storage mode, not fat-burning mode. Translation: your body is literally getting the signal to hold on to fat, especially belly fat. Do that day after day, and it becomes almost impossible to lose weight, even if you're eating less or dieting. But it's not just insulin working against you. There's one more piece to the puzzle I want to talk about: your gut health. As estrogen declines during menopause, your gut lining can become weaker, and your microbiome, the good bacteria in your gut, can shift in ways that affect digestion, immunity, and even cravings. A disrupted gut can lead to more bloating, inflammation, and a sluggish metabolism, making it even harder to release fat, no matter how healthy your diet might seem on the surface. So, if you feel like you're doing everything right and still not seeing progress, it could be a sign that your blood sugar, insulin levels, and gut health all need a little extra support. The good news? Once you understand what's really going on, you can finally give your body what it needs to reset and heal. And that's when the results start to come. If this video just busted some food myths for you, hit subscribe and like so we can keep busting them together. Think of it as our little myth-busting menopause club. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.